Hello, this is Kate with the Shadow Chasers, and today we're going to be reviewing the EMF ITC by Digital Dowsing. This is pretty cool. It's an EMF meter, but it also has some of the ITC abilities that have been found in other devices. This is actually a pretty helpful device because it manages to put everything all together. You can have it in EMF mode, and then when you want to communicate with the spirit, you can then switch it to another mode. As you can see, there are multiple modes available. The first one is the EMF mode, which is pretty self-explanatory. It allows you to take EMF readings of the environment. It functions as a tri-axis EMF meter. It shows you what the three EMF axes are, as well as where it's coming from and the frequency hertz. The next mode available is the Ovulus mode that works similar to the Ovulus, also put out by Digital Dowsing. What it does is it takes readings in the environment and then through the use of a complex algorithm turns them into words. So Ovulus mode's pretty handy. It puts 5 words per page and then you just advance through. The next mode is yes or no mode. This is also pretty self-explanatory. You just ask a question and wait for the spirit to answer. Right now you can see it's on that black line. That means that it's kind of a neutral, which makes sense because I haven't asked it a question. And then if the answer is yes, it'll say yes. No, it'll say no. There's also EMF Draw, which is pretty interesting because what it does is it draws the EMF signature for the room that you're in. It allows you to pinpoint high spots and recognize any patterns in the environment. The final mode is Dowsing Rod Mode. This provides a set of digital dowsing rods, which operates in the same manner as regular dowsing rods. It just happens to be on the device. This device is actually pretty handy. We've been using it in the field for a while. We've used it in a couple investigations, and what's nice about it is it allows you to have all these different functions all in one. Whereas before you'd have dowsing rods that you'd have to carry, an Ovulus, an EMF meter. Pretty much it allows you to carry them all in one. When you're doing EMF sweeps, you have it in EMF mode. When you're doing the other communication, you can have it in that mode. In addition, you can see these are the options for the EMF display, choosing what different functions you want to focus on, as well as the EMF sensitivity settings. This is highly customizable, allows you to adapt to any situation that you're in and be accurate. Overall, this is a very good piece of equipment. There are a few concerns when you're holding the EMF meter when in Ovulus mode. You have to be careful to hold it by the end of the device because what ends up happening is touching the screen will sometimes give you false readings. That's the only real limitation that we found, which is easily manageable. Overall, a good value.